A very good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Beetv News Update at 3. I am Ruth Ogbodu and now the news in detail. The Renewed Hope initiative led by First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has released 1.9 billion to support persons with disabilities across the country. The disbursement was announced during an event held in Asaba, Delta State. The gathering brought together beneficiaries from various communities who received financial assistance aimed at improving their welfare and livelihood opportunities. The initiative forms part of ongoing efforts to strengthen social support systems for vulnerable groups. The report.
Persons with disabilities gathered at the government house in Asaba as the Renewed Hope initiative extended its empowerment program to Delta State. The event marked the continuation of nationwide efforts to support vulnerable groups. The initiative was represented by the wife of the Delta State governor, who noted that the program is in line with the government's efforts to promote inclusive development. She emphasized that the intervention supports ongoing plans to improve the welfare of persons with disabilities.
Our nation grows stronger when every individual is empowered to contribute meaningfully. In recognition of our shared responsibility to promote inclusion, the governing board of Renewed Hope Initiative has resolved to make the economy empowerment program for persons with disability an annual event.
Officials described the intervention as a compassionate measure aimed at strengthening economic opportunities for vulnerable individuals.
This event stands as a testament to the generosity and compassion of a woman who continues to extend a helping hand to these special individuals. As the theme reminds us, we must intentionally show love, care, and solidarity to our brothers and our sisters with disabilities.
Beneficiaries received 200,000 naira each, while a mobility aid was presented to Mr. Daniel. Many described the support as life-changing.
I'm once a cameraman. I work in government house here during the last administration, but here I am today. Accident has put me in this other side. But I give thanks to God that this government has remembered me today.
Today, I'm very happy to be among the beneficiaries of this event, be aid for persons living with disabilities. Today is our World Disability Day, and the government has deemed it fit to celebrate it with us. We are very glad, we are happy.
I need money to buy materials for my products, so I'm very, very happy because my dream has come true. I say thank to Her Excellency, the wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu.
Authorities said the initiative is part of a broader effort to ensure no one is left behind. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for Beetv News.
The chairman of the Nigeria Port Authority, Senator Adedayo Adeyeye, has conjured young Nigerians advocating a military takeover to study history and understand its consequences. He gave the warning while delivering a lecture at the second Faculty Week and Mentorship Program organized by the Faculty of Administration at Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State. The report.
The hall was filled to capacity with students, staff, and university management who had come to hear Senator Adebayo Adeyeye speak. The lecture, themed Empowering the Next Generation Through Structured Mentorship and Professional Engagement, examined the benefits of democracy in Nigeria and emphasized the need for further improvement. He maintained that democratic governance remains for superior to military rule.
The numerous coups and mutinies that took place since January 1966. Dimka coup alone, 1966 coup, you saw the number of people it consumed. 1976 coup, the Dimka coup, by the time Abisoye panel came out, over 60-something people were executed. People you have just used your money to train. In the Oka coup, another almost 60 people were executed.
The lecture called for increased funding and revitalization of mentorship institutions where young people can engage with political role models and receive guidance on democratic values. On the issue of insecurity, particularly recent cases of kidnapping, Senator Adebayo Adeyeye expressed optimism that those responsible would be apprehended.
The wave of these kidnappings must suggest to any reasonable person that it's not just ordinary. It is being manipulated, it is being sponsored, it is being orchestrated by some group of people who want to discredit this government and who probably are afraid that the president is likely to have an easy way in the 2027 elections.
When educators, professional alumni, and students unite around a common purpose, we create an ecosystem of growth, innovation, and excellence. May this program spark new ideas, enrich connection, and inspire our students to pursue greatness with passion and integrity.
He also highlighted key policies, programs, achievements, and ongoing projects of President Bola Tinubu's administration. The event concluded with the presentation of an award to the guest speaker. Zainab Mohammed reporting for Beetv News.
Speaking on behalf of African health ministers during a keynote address to the International Development Committee of the European Parliament in Brussels, Belgium, he highlighted historic progress in combating HIV, tuberculosis, and malaria through global solidarity and multilateral cooperation. Professor Pate emphasized that Europe's upcoming financial commitment to the Global Fund should reflect its economic capacity, especially as developing nations reduce aid dependency and advance progress with their own resources.
Here will send a very powerful message to the world that Europe remains a global health leader, that multilateralism, even if reformed, still matters in our world, that partnership with Africa remains a strategic priority for Europe, not an option. So, honorable members, the question before us is not only how much Europe should contribute. I believe that we all win if we invest in taking care of our basic humanity. And I believe history will remember this moment. We will all remember Johannesburg and what transpired, and we will also remember the conversations taking place here in Brussels. And we would be able to remember over time where the world walked away from its progress and the success it had achieved when victory was nearly at hand. So I plead that we choose courage, we choose partnership, and we choose to finish what we started. Because a world free of HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and other diseases is possible with research, with innovation, with resources, and by keeping together.
The Ondo State Security Network Agency, Amotekun, has arrested 5 suspects linked to kidnapping, attempted abduction, and fraud. State Commander Adetunji Adeyele stated that the arrests were made during multiple operations over the past 48 hours as part of Operation Flush Them Out. 4 of the suspects were detained in connection with a Monday kidnapping incident, following a distress call reporting heavy gunfire in a forested area. This prompted the raid deployment of Amotekun operatives in collaboration with local security personnel.
On entering the forest reserve where the incident took place, they were confronted and attacked very heavily. At the end of the day, we were able to rescue 4 of the 5 people in the bus that was raided and kidnapped. Unfortunately, in an attempt to stop the bus, we heard that they shot the driver.
The electronic truck call-up system has delivered significant economic value, clearing over 900,000 truck trips between January and November 2025 and helping to reduce long-standing congestion at Lagos Seaport. The Transit Pact Management disclosed this during a roundtable with the Shippers Correspondent Association of Nigeria, addressing plans to further streamline cargo movements by 2026. They added that upcoming technology upgrades on the ETO platform will improve truck turnaround times, reduce operating costs, and ensure more transparent and efficient operations across the port corridor.
New investments are made that will ensure that the human interference, which is the biggest single drawback to the call-up system is reduced and eventually eliminated. We're also ensuring that the technology backbone of the auto call-up system is strengthened in terms of its capacity to handle more volumes, not just in Lagos, but elsewhere. We're also investing in systems that remove human interference. So like the electronic tag, like the e-call-up interchange transaction number that ensures that you match every booking for a truck to an existing cargo, so that the swapping of trucks, truck plate numbers, truck identities, or even the evacuation of cargo by a truck that didn't book it will be eliminated.
The governor of Zamfara State, Dawa Lawa, has presented an 861 billion appropriation bill for the 2026 fiscal year to the State House of Assembly for consideration and approval. The proposed budget allocates 414 billion, 83% to capital expenditure, while recurrent expenditure is set at over 147 billion, 17%. The report.
The arrival of Governor Dauda Lawan marked the commencement of the annual budget presentation described as the budget of stability. The 2026 budget is intended to serve as roadmap for transformation and the foundation of a new Zamfara. The total proposal budget stands at 861 billion naira, with 751 billion naira allocated to capital expenditure and 142 billion to recurrent expenditure. Sectorial allocation includes a 65 billion for education, 85 billion naira for health, 86 billion naira for agriculture, 45 billion for public order and safety, 22 billion for environmental presentation, and 17 billion for social protection.
I humbly submit to this honorable house the 2026 budget proposal of 861 billion 337 million naira for your careful consideration and approval. This budget is more than figures. It is a roadmap for transformation, a contract with the people, a declaration that Zamfara State will rise stronger.
The Speaker of Assembly stated that the legislator will closely monitor the implementation and expenditure of the budget.
Gladden us most is Your Excellency's firm and unwavering commitment, standing like the rock of Gibraltar in the fashion of the 6th Foreign Rescue Mission agenda focused on security, agriculture, education, healthcare, infrastructure, and social intervention for economic deployment.
Shortly before the budget presentation, the Speaker announced that 2 lawmakers are defected from All Progressive Congress (APC) to the People Democratic Party (PDP).
With the humility and the respect, I, Honorable Shamsuddin Hassan Bosco, wish to formally forward my resignation from the political party of All Progressive Congress.
Governor Lawan stated that his administration has worked tirelessly to restore public trust in institutions, rebuild critical sectors, and lay a strong foundation for sustainable progress. Precious Agbolaho reporting for BTV News.
General Christopher Musa, the new Minister of Defense, formally assumed office just for 24 hours after being sworn in by President Bola Tinubu. He was warmly welcomed by ministry officials who chanted solidarity songs at the Chief headquarters in Abuja. Chief of Defense Staff General Olufemi Oluyede led a delegation of service of chiefs to receive the minister. The governor of Kogi State, Usman Dodo, visited the families of 6 individuals who died in a recent accident along the Lokoja-Okene Road, which also left several others injured. The victims were returning from the 2025 International Day of Persons with Disabilities event at the government house in Lokoja when the injured receive necessary support. And now to business news. The federal government has moved to ease rising tensions among road contractors by pledging to clear all outstanding payments before December 20th, 2025. The commitment was announced by the Minister of Works, David Umai, during the reopening of the repaired Kefik flyover in Nasarawa State, where he confirmed that President Bola Tinubu had approved the creation of a committee to verify and settle accumulated debts. The report.
Contractors in recent days had staged protests at the Ministry of Finance over prolonged non-payment for completed and ongoing projects. The All Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria accused the government of owing about 4 trillion naira, with 760 billion naira said to have been previously promised for release. Demonstrators placed a symbolic coffin at the ministry's entrance to reflect the hardship and losses they claimed had resulted from the debt delays. Umahi assured that verified claims would be settled within days and confirmed that firms working on the Maraba-Kefi axis were among those still awaiting payment. He added that anti-corruption agencies, including the ICPC and EFCC, had been invited to audit federal road projects nationwide to enhance transparency and ensure payments correspond with actual work delivered. Chamber urges Nigerians to explore opportunities in Slovenia. The Nigeria Slovenia Chamber of Commerce has encouraged Nigerian businesses to take advantage of emerging economic and investment opportunities in Slovenia. The call was made during the Chamber's 2025 Last Quarter Business Forum held in Lagos, a platform designed to update stakeholders on areas of mutual benefit between both countries. The Chamber's Director General, Uche Udogo, described Nigeria-Slovenia relations as a growing bilateral economic partnership and noted that the organization was established to facilitate trade, investment and industrial cooperation. He said the Chamber works to deepen engagement between institutions in the two nations, particularly in commercial, technical and scientific sectors. He added that the body also provides guidance to members on business opportunities and regulatory developments while promoting exchanges amid the strengthening trade relations. Slovenia's major imports for Nigeria include organic chemicals, agro products such as cocoa, beans, metal scraps, wood and mineral fuels. Asian markets mixed ahead of U.S. data expected Fed rate cut. Asian markets recorded mixed performances on Friday as investors weighed a muted lead from Wall Street and awaited key U.S. economic data. The sentiment followed a series of indicators that offered little clarity on the outlook for the Federal Reserve's monetary policy decision expected next week. Despite recent gains driven by signals of further policy easing from U.S. central bank officials, traders remain cautious. Reports pointing to a softening labor market, including data showing a loss of more than 30,000 jobs in November, contributed to expectations of a forthcoming rate cut. Figures released on jobless claims and layoff came in slightly better than forecast, but markets continue to price in a strong likelihood around 90% of a rate reduction on Wednesday. The mixed economic signals left investors treading carefully as the week drew to a close. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for Beetv News.
A high-level Vatican Commission has voted 7-1 against allowing Catholic women to serve as deacons, maintaining the church tradition for an all-male clergy. The report, which was presented to Pope Leo, concluded that current research excludes the possibility of women entering the diaconate at this time. The report.
The commission, composed of theologians and senior church officials, was tasked with studying the historical and theological foundations of the diaconate and evaluating whether women could be admitted to the clerical role. While some previous studies suggested the early church may have had women deacons, the commission determined that evidence was insufficient to justify a formal change. Deacons in the Catholic Church perform a variety of duties, including assisting at Mass, preaching, baptizing, and performing charitable work. Unlike priests, deacons do not celebrate the Eucharist, but they are considered part of the clergy. The vote underscores ongoing debates within the church about the role of women in ministry, a discussion that has gained attention in recent decades. Pope Francis has previously expressed support for studying the historical role of women in the church, but the Commission's report indicates that there will be no immediate change to current church practice. The sole dissenting member of the commission argued that the church should remain open to re-examining women's participation in the diaconate, citing historical evidence and pastoral considerations. However, the majority concluded that doctrinal and historical factors currently preclude such a development. Zainab Mohammed reporting for Beetv News.
Moving on to entertainment news. Media personality Toke Makiwa has shared a glimpse of her elaborate Christmas decorations as she prepares to celebrate her first festive season as a mother. She posted a video of the setup on Instagram describing this year's celebration as especially significant with her daughter Yakira experiencing Christmas for the first time. Also, the Grinch is set to appear on this year's Late Late Toy Show. The report.
Makiwa said she personally decorated her home in an effort to recreate the holiday traditions she enjoyed while growing up. She also revealed that she ordered personalized ornaments from the day her daughter was born and expressed delight at how well they turned out. The entertainer noted that baby Yakira has been captivated by the Christmas lights and decorations. The celebration follows Makiwa's recent milestone of marking her daughter's 3-month anniversary, which she commemorated with photos and reflections on her journey into motherhood after welcoming Yakira in August. A social media user who previously alleged that Senator Ned Nwoko sponsored an attempt to assassinate actress Regina Daniels has retracted his claims. The individual, known online as Liar of TikTok, had gone viral after posting a video accusing the politician amid reports of marital issues between Nwoko and Daniels. The allegation prompted Nwoko to issue a formal denial and announce plans to take legal actions in response to the claims. The widely circulated video has sparked online debates before the complainant reversed his position. Again, in a new recording, the accuser admitted the story was fabricated and said he often makes false statements online for attention. He also insisted that he had not directly mentioned Nwoko by name or used his image in the original post. Preparations are underway for this year's edition of the Late Late Toy Show, with Patrick Kilty returning as host for the 3rd time. The presenter is expected to appear dressed as the Grinch as part of the show's Christmas-themed entertainment. The annual program remains a major tradition in Irish household, featuring children showcasing talents and reviewing newly released toys. Dozens of young participants from across Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland are set to take part. Among them is a performer from Magilligan in County Londonderry who described her selection as a dream opportunity. The show continues to be celebrated for its mix of performances, reviews and festive excitement shared across the island. And that's it on the entertainment news. Evelyn Isabel reporting for Beetv News.
And now to sports. Lionel Messi has identified Spain, France, England and Brazil as the leading contenders for the next FIFA World Cup, notably excluding both the defending champions Argentina and Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. He also acknowledged Germany as a strong competitor but did not include his own national team among the favourites despite their status as title holders. Messi said the competition has become tougher since Argentina won the last World Cup, noting that every team is eager to defeat the reigning champions. He maintained that Argentina in the 2026 World Cup. He reiterated that he has not yet made a final decision. And that will be all on our 3 p.m. news updates. Thank you for joining and stay tuned for our major 6 p.m. news. I am Ruth Obodu. Goodbye for now.